Okay, so we're going to start this lesson with what is called Udiya breath. We've done this before, but I'm going to remind you what to do. So first of all, I am wearing my socks right now because I'm cold, but you can remove your socks if you want to. For the yoga practice, it might be better to remove them once we're doing the standing poses at least, because you have a better grip on your mat, okay? So crossing your legs with the right leg in first and then the left one. And then lower belly slightly forward, chest is up, shoulders are down, chin is gently tucked in. For this practice, you can use the Gyan Mudra, which is the OK sign like this, with the thumb and the index are touching each other. The other fingers are nice and straight. And then you can bring that onto your lap. And here you can close your eyes and take a nice long deep breath in and out to begin. And with this practice, we're starting with a pranayama practice, a breath work, which is called Udiya breath. To do the breath, I'm just going to remind you, you are bringing the throat muscles together. So the front and the back muscles are coming together to squeeze the breath through. And as it squeezes the breath through, the breath has less space to go through, so it will be slower and longer. And you will end up eventually making a sound that is similar to the ocean waves. And we are doing it on an inhale and an exhale continuously. We do not release the throat muscles until it's time to take a break or until we've had enough. Do not wait for me to tell you to take a break. If it gets too much, go back to your normal breath after exhale and then simply rest there and then do it again. And we will do about 2 practices of this. So, first of all, here, as you are holding the Gyan Mudra, if you wish, I'm inviting you to focus your mind on your throat and simply noticing the air passing through there. Not changing your breath in any way just yet, simply noticing your throat and noticing the air passing through. Letting go of every other thought. Now you can start the practice of Udiya breath on your next inhaling, squeezing your throat muscles together so that the front and back muscles come tighter together and letting the breath through. It should make a sound like the ocean wave. Keep going. As we are practicing this breath, keep going. As we are practicing this breath, we are stimulating the throat chakra, which means that we are energizing it and cleansing it. The throat chakra is responsible for the throat's health rather, and balance, wealth also for the shoulders and for the neck and the mouth. This is also the little brain of energy that is linked to the thyroid gland rather, and also to our ability to express our needs and to speak our truth. which both, when they are in balance, can help us to be very aligned and for life to bring us what we need. So it is important to keep this chakra healthy. And with Udiya breath, that is what we are doing. Keep on practicing right now. Keep on squeezing those throat muscles. Keep on making the ocean waves sound. Letting your air pass through with your breath on every inhale and exhale. The throat chakra is responsible for the space element. So when we are doing this practice, we are opening ourselves to space. We are allowing the universe to come in us and to experience it through our whole being. We are expanding. And you can go back to your normal breath, keeping your eyes shut and simply noticing here if you're feeling any different from before you just started this. Don't worry if you start coughing during this practice or if you start to have a throat tickle, it is normal. Those are the blocks that are releasing as the chakra is getting cleansed. And then on your next inhale, you can start again. Going back to your normal breath, relaxing your hands back down, taking a nice long deep breath in and out to finish, and then you can open your eyes. This breath is very powerful and it is used by yogis throughout their yoga practice. So that means that they will do the poses that we do, or they will do vinyasa flow poses, any kind of yoga, and they can at the same time be doing this breath, which really deepens the yoga practice. It brings so much more focus and so much more peace within. So we will start now doing the warm up. We're going to start with the wrists. You interlace your fingers together and then moving your hands to warm up the wrists, letting them move as freely as possible and as much of the range of movement as possible. Yeah. And then you can loosen the fingers a little bit, and then the fingers will also be moving. And then the other way around. And next we're going to do the shoulders. So putting the hands on the shoulders and drawing circles with the elbows. Yeah, that's it. Now this session is happening right now in the evening here in the UK. So going slowly because we are unwinding. Soon we'll be going to bed. So going slowly. If you are doing this practice in the morning, you can move faster and instead find it to be an energizing practice. Going around the other way. Okay, now straightening the legs out, and you're going to bring the feet towards your body to stretch the calf muscles. Bringing your hands as low as you can, so bending forward as far as you can. And I'm going to show you from the side actually. It will be easier for you to see. Like this. If you can get to your feet, bring the toes closer to your body and constantly stretching those calves. If your hands can't reach your feet, put them on your shins or your ankles and keep on bringing those toes towards your body. We really want to give a stretch to the calves under the legs. Relaxing the shoulders down, tucking the chin in gently. We don't drop the head down. We keep it up with the chin tucked in. Can you move your phone a little bit so that I can see actually on your mat, so that we can see your mat? Okay. Next, we cross the legs and we are going to do navel circles. So we are moving the navel so that it's going round parallel like this to the floor. So we move the pelvis forward, the navel goes forward. And then we start to go around and then we go to the side diagonally, then to the side. And then the pelvis starts to tilt back and we are going diagonally to the back and then to the back, direct back with the pelvis completely tilted back, diagonally to the side, to this side now, so to my left side now, me, diagonally to the front, so my pelvis is tilted forward again, and to the front, and we keep going like this. And actually, I exaggerated what to do with the shoulders. The shoulders are not moving too much. It is mainly here happening. It is my navel that is moving mostly. Keeping on going round in one direction. We will do the other direction after. And then going around the other direction. So if you were going clockwise, you're now going to go anti-clockwise. If you were going anti-clockwise, of course, now you are going to go clockwise. This allows for the whole pelvis to warm up, for the hips to warm up, for the lower back to warm up. It's also very stimulating for the digestive system. So if you've just had lunch or dinner, make sure to go really slow. Ideally, we wouldn't be eating before this, and instead we'd eat after. And relax. Now we will finish the warm up with what is called a spine flex. We are shifting with the breath between two poses. On the inhale, we are pushing the pelvis forward, the belly goes forward, and the chest goes up, the chin goes up. On the exhale, the belly goes in, the chest goes in, and the chin goes in. And so you keep on flexing and actually flexing is like this, rather, sorry. and extending. So we are going out and open on the inhale, and then we are going and closing in on the exhale. I don't know why I said flexing and extending. We open and we close. Breathing in. Only bring your head back as far as comfortable. Listen to your neck. Do not injure your neck on this. You don't have to go all the way with the head all the way back. Keeping on going. And relax. Great. Now we're going to go stand. And we're going to start with the first pose. The first pose, let me move this back a bit if I can. The first pose we're going to do is called Warrior 3. It's a balancing pose. What we want is to have one foot under each hip. Belly muscles in, pelvis tilted back, chest up and shoulders down. The arms are going to come to our side. We're going to be shifting our whole weight to our right leg. And then we are going to start to lift the left leg. As you start to lift the left leg, you're going to start to bring it to the back and you're going to swivel like this with the leg straight. I'm going to show you from the side what that looks like. One foot under each hip, shifting the whole weight to your right. Well, I am mirroring you, so to the right leg, but in my instance, it's my left leg. And then here, swiveling. So you are going up with the leg as you're going down with the body, maintaining balance, trying to remain as straight as you can. And the knee, you can bend it slightly if you want. I find I have better balance when it's slightly bent, or you can keep it straight. Be careful not to hyperextend it. Okay? So when you're ready, yeah, standing, arms at your side, Superman style, one foot under each hip, shifting your whole weight onto your right leg, belly muscles nice and tight, and then starting to go and swivel, leaning forward with the upper body, and leaning and lifting that leg up straighter and straighter at the back, maintaining the balance. Nice, that's it. Try to bring those arms up a little bit. Whoop. That's okay. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Are you okay? Okay. Come back up if you can. Yeah. You don't have to go too low as you're going forward. Listen to your body and to what feels right for you. Shifting your weight to your right leg, lifting the leg up the left leg, and then starting to swivel. But you do not have to go too low. Find your balance. Find what works for you. Your whole weight onto your right leg, yeah. You're not leaning forward until the leg goes up, and you go slowly. You don't go too far. Great, you can come back out of that. Relaxing now. When we relax between poses, you can shift your body, letting go of any tension you may feel. And then doing the other side. So, starting again with one foot under each hip, shifting your whole weight onto your left leg, starting to lift your right leg. Belly muscles tight, pelvis is tilted back, chest is up, shoulders are down, arms at your side, and then you can start. See now, I just swiveled to the side like this. Keep both hips as level as possible as you do this. You want to go forward so that the hips are level. You don't want the hip up or down, but nice and level. Try to hold for as long as possible. Don't go too far. Don't go too far. And you can relax. If at any time you want to come out of the pose, before I say to you, you can come out, please do come out and have a break. And then do it again if there is time, and otherwise wait until the next pose. Now, for the next one, we're doing warrior one. To do warrior one, we start at the front of the mat. We are kicking the right leg back. Here, I am turning to the side just for one moment. I'm going to be looking at my feet to make sure they are in the right place. I need this front foot here, the heel. If I draw a straight line, it should arrive in the middle of my foot at the back, but it's not. So then I need to move my foot so that it gets to the better place. This foot here should be at about 45-degree angle. It's not all the way out and it's not all the way straight, just in between. Here, warrior one, we turn the hips to face the front. Chest facing the front, shoulders facing the front. Straightening that back leg as much as possible. And then the weight here is in the middle between my two legs. It goes straight down to the floor in between my two legs. And then I bend the knee at the front, bringing my arms up to my ears. If I want, if that's too much of a strain for the back, you can also have the hands at your waist. Here, this knee, make sure it stays nice and straight. It doesn't go in or out. And make sure also it doesn't go beyond your ankle like this, or you will hurt it. If you want to go lower into the bend, move your foot forward and then bend. Hips are facing the front, chest forward, chest at the front as well, and shoulders at the front. I am not leaning forward. I am not leaning back. Nice and straight with the arms up. And then I hold here for as long as comfortable. Coming out, I step forward and I bring my arms down. Keep those belly muscles nice and tight. Great. Now you can bring your arms back down and step forward. Again, before you do the other side, give your body a bit of a movement, releasing any tension. This one can create a bit of tension in the back. You can release that tension. And then we will do the other side. So starting at the front of your mat again, this time you're going to bring your left leg back. Remember, making sure that your front heel arrives in the middle of your back foot. Make sure your back foot is at the right angle, which is about 45 degrees. Hips are facing the front. And please do move gently as you shift yourself into poses and out of poses. As you adjust yourself in a pose, make sure you move slowly. Here, straightening the back leg, hips are facing the front, chest is facing the front, arms are to your ears, bending the knee down. As you're bending the knee down, making sure not to go beyond your ankle, otherwise moving the foot forward and going deeper, nice and straight with the back. We do not lean forward, we don't lean back, but nice and straight, keeping on holding, keeping the shoulders down, arms up and shoulders down. Belly muscles nice and tight. Try to breathe as peacefully as you can. It is a warrior of peace, warrior one. And you can come out and relax. Great. Now, we are going to do what is called the Garland. So that means that we are basically going to crouch down. You need to put your feet slightly wider apart than your hips. My heels are just, I don't know, not even 1 inch further out than my hips. The feet are slightly out. They are not facing the front. Slightly out. And then here, I'm going to show you several levels, but we are going down and we are crouching down. Once you get to the bottom, if you wish, you can put your arms so that you're separating your knees out, bringing your chest up and looking forward. Now that is the final pose, but as you are up, you can do it in several levels. It could be that you're crouching down and then bringing the hands down and staying here. Or it could be you're crouching down and you get onto the tip of your toes. So if I show you from the side, I am here, I'm going down, and I go to the tip of my toes. My hands are steady on the floor. And then here you can keep your chest up and looking forward if you can. If this is too low, you can be here. Okay? So understanding the right level for you and then doing it. Feet slightly away from the hip, slightly wider from the hips. Pelvis tilted back. Going down and crouching down, going as low as you can. You can put the hands on the floor to steady yourself. And you can choose whichever level you want to go to. And then resting here, just for a moment, resting here. Great. Now you can come down to the mat. And on the mat, we are going to do the next pose. We're going to start in tabletop. And the pose we're going to do now is called the puppy. So as you are here on tabletop, you are going to keep your legs with your thighs at the same angle here. It stays at 90 degrees. Let me come back a little. Yeah, so here, your knees are under each hip and your bottom is staying in the same place in relation to your knees. Then you're going to bring your hands forward until, if you can, bring your elbows down. And then here you may want to shuffle them down a little bit further, but not too much. And then coming down, ultimately you might end up with the chest and the head on the floor and staying here as long as comfortable. Once you've had enough, you can come back up and go into child pose, sitting your bottom onto your feet, curling yourself over your legs, stretching your arms out and resting. So going into tabletop, knees under each hip, hands under each shoulder. And then here you're going to start to walk your hands down, keeping your bottom above your knees. You're going to walk your hands down and then see if you can bring your elbows to the floor. Slowly and gently, yeah. And then see if you can go even lower than that with your chest and your head going towards the floor. but your bottom stays up. That's it, yeah. It really opens the area of the shoulders, the inside of the shoulders and the pectoral area. Stay for as long as it's comfortable. Don't overdo it. Listen to your body. When you want a break, you need to go back to sit on your feet, curling over your legs and straightening your arms out in front of you into child pose. That's it. Yeah, you can go into child pose now and rest. And we're going to do it one more time. So you come back up into tabletop. One knee under each hip. And also, I didn't mention the ankles are nice and straight behind the knee at the same level. Then you walk your hands forward, keeping your bottom above your knees, bringing your elbows down if you can, and then bringing your upper body and your head down to the ground if you can, and staying there, relaxing there. Going back into child pose to rest. Great. Now we're going to go into downward dog. We will only do it once today. One hand under each shoulder, one knee under each hip. This is called tabletop. You are then, as your arms are like this, my elbow creases right now are facing the front. I'm going to swivel them to turn them to face each other. And then here, as I am here, with my elbows swivel to face each other, I then I tuck my toes in, I push and I go up into downward dog. Now, here I am pushing my bottom towards the sky, my heels towards the floor, and my chest towards my toes. My ears are at the same level as my hands, as my arms rather. It is better to be like this or like this than being like this and like that or like that. So nice and straight with the back, and then with the knees bent if you want, or the knees straight, coming back down, controlled, gently, and going into child pose. Okay, so when you are ready, tabletop, one knee under each hip, one hand under each shoulder, swiveling your elbow creases to face each other, and then tucking your toes in and pushing up. We want the bottom to go towards the sky, the heels towards the ground, and the chest towards the toes. It is better to bend the knees and to have the back straight and the arms straight in the same line than having the knees straight, the legs straight, and the back either bent or out of balance. When you need a break, yes, you go into child pose. So you can go into child pose now if you're not there yet. And you can come back up. Now we're going to do a next one that is called the cow, but we're going to do it lying down. And even though my mat is like this right now, and you should do it on your mat, I am going to show it to you this way so that you can see better the position of my legs. I'm going to show it both ways. So we lie down onto the back. Once lying down, lifting the pelvis up and bringing it back down to settle the pelvis nicely. And then here, you're going to bring your right leg, sorry, let me see, your right leg a little bit more to the left than the middle line. And then you're going to cross your left leg over. You are going to grab your left ankle and your right one if you can. Don't worry, I'm going to show you ways to adapt, okay? So this is it, and then you bring your knees closer to your chest, as close as you can. Now, this you could adapt. It could be that your knees are quite out. It could be that you're holding on to your trouser legs instead. Or it could be that you do instead what is called the pigeon. So to do the pigeon, then you just put the leg instead of completely across over, you put it just on the side here, and then you bring your leg up like this. You can hold behind the thigh here if you wish. So let me show you from the side now. As you're lying down on your yoga mat, lifting the pelvis up, settling it back down, and then bringing your right leg slightly closer to the left, bringing your left leg over your right leg, grabbing your ankles, bringing the knees together closer to the chest as possible. And if not, then you can grab your bottom leg and bring it together closer to you with your hands. And this one, the knee is kind of dropped out rather than in towards the middle. Okay? So when you're ready. Are you already doing it? Great. That's it. Yeah. Grabbing those ankles if you can, and trying to stay as steady as you can in a pose without shifting too much. You can relax your legs back down. You can rest for a moment, and then we're going to do the opposite. So whichever leg you had on top, which should have been the left one, then you put the right one on top this time. So now, bringing your left leg over a little bit more than the midline towards your right, and then bringing the right leg over, and then grabbing your ankles as you are lying down still. I was showing you as I was seated, but only quickly to show you again. You are lying down, and then you're doing it. Grab your ankles the way that you can. Don't strain your body. Listen to your body. Do not go and damage your knees by twisting them beyond where they can go. And you can relax back down. Now we're going to do one of my absolute favorites. We are going to lie down on our belly. Here, we are going to bring our knee up to the side, as far up as we can. And then here, you've got the ankle that's just about the same level, same height as the knee. So my foot is not in and it's not out, but at the same level. Here, I want to push this hip down towards the ground as much as possible, but I listen to my body still. And then at the front, my upper body can simply be resting with my arms. My hands are one on top of the other, and my forehead is resting on my hands. And here you can relax absolutely every muscle. So, going to lie down on your belly, bringing the knee up to the side, making sure that your pelvis is as flat as possible towards the floor so that that right hip is as close down to the floor as possible. And when I say as much as possible, it means as much as your body will allow it. Only do what your body can do. And resting your hand one on top of the other, and your forehead on top of your hand. And relaxing every muscle. Now, ever so gently, you're going to bring your knee back down, straightening your leg, and then you're going to do the other side. So this time, bringing the left knee all the way up as far as you can, making sure your ankle is about the same level as your knee, making sure to try and keep that pelvis as flat down as possible, and resting your forehead over your hands on this side as well. Relaxing every muscle here. Coming back to center. And now we can lie down on our back, ready in Savasana for the meditation. So lying down on your back, lifting your pelvis up, settling it back down. Here, Savasana, one foot at the side of each of the sides of your mat. So they are wider open, down your hips slightly. Arms out, palms facing up. If this is too much pressure for your lower back, remember that you can have instead the feet on the floor at the edge of your mat and then dropping the knees in and resting here. Okay. You can close your eyes. Take a nice long deep breath in and out. Oh yes, you can, sorry, I forgot. You can also do it seated. Closing your eyes, taking a nice long deep breath in and out to begin. If your body is too uncomfortable when you're lying down on the floor, you can also be seated with your legs crossed, your eyes shut. You can rest your back against something so that you can be more relaxed as well. And you can let go of every tension in your whole body, in your mind, and in your heart. So today I'm inviting you to go into the cosmos, some, from where you are now, little by little, seeing yourself floating out of where you are, imagining as if you didn't have any roof above you, that it was the open sky, and floating up through the sky, little by little, higher and higher, and then going through the atmosphere of the earth and arriving in the cosmos. And from the cosmos, enjoying first of all how light it feels to be floating there. And now looking around and starting to enjoy the view, noticing the planets and the stars, all these different lights and colors, and really just enjoying that. Enjoying the beauty of the light of the sun, the soft glow of the moon, the beautiful colors of the earth. And you might even be able to notice the northern lights bouncing off of the atmosphere of the earth. And letting all this beauty come into you and letting it all bring you so much peace. And now enjoying how light you feel. As you're floating in the cosmos, your arms and your legs must feel so light. Your whole body shifting effortlessly through space. Right now, as you are floating in the cosmos, you can let go of every tension, every stress, and every burden you may have on you. Anything making you feel heavy or in pain or tired, you can completely let go of right now, right here. And noticing how light it feels to be flowing through the cosmos. You now can slowly by slowly come back down to the earth, slowly by slowly coming back into yourself, keeping with you the lightness and the uplift from all this floating. Bringing your mind back into the room where you are, coming away from this meditation practice, taking a nice long deep breath in and out to finish. And then you can start to wake your body up again, moving your toes and your fingers, your hands, your feet, your legs, your arms. You can give your body a stretch. If you were lying down, you can lie down onto your left side first with your knees bent for a few breaths before coming back to sit up.